What's up, everyone? All right, finishing the morning here up $14,826. This has been an awesome week. Plus the $9,000 on Monday and the $600 yesterday. I'm looking at $25,000 of profit on the week. And just like that, I'm up $44,000 on the month, $150,000 on the year, and up $482,000 in my account that I started January of 2017 with $583. Incredible. And I'm wearing red again today, right here, right over my heart, and it's bringing me good luck. Another awesome day, and we're going to break it down in today's midday market recap. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're going to do our midday market recap here. $14,826.38 on two trades this morning, straight off the watch list and right out of the Warrior Pro course book on opening range breakouts. So today, it was kind of a surprise that this gave us as big of a move as it did, because you just never know. But it ended up being a fantastic trade, and with that, I'm up $44,000 on the month. This has been a great week. $9,000 on Monday, $600 yesterday, and then $14,000 today. So $25,000 on the week, and that takes me to $44,000 on the month, $150,000 on the year, $482,000 in my account that I started with $583 about a year and 3 months ago. So this was just another really solid day, and you guys can go back and watch the watch list if you want to rewatch what I was thinking on Cali this morning. I'll upload the live trade here in just a little bit to YouTube, so you guys can watch it there as well. And we'll break it down here in the midday recap. So Cali was on the watch list this morning, gapping up. However, I was a little iffy on it because it didn't have a catalyst. It didn't have news. And that was my main concern, that without a headline, it might not work. It might just gap up and then roll over as soon as the bell rang. But I said that I liked the daily chart. It was opening up, and the resistance points that I was watching were at 470, 495, 538, and then from 538, we had a big window here all the way up to 688 and then up to 745. So a couple of bigger windows on the daily chart once we got a little higher up. So when you scroll back here, you can see these are the levels I was marking on the daily chart. The first one at 470 right there. 495 was right here. 539 was actually right here, not 38. So 539. Whatever, it was close enough. So 540 is fine. And then we had 688 right here, up on this candle, and then 540 was right here, and then 688 was right up here. And then we had 745. So those were the levels that I was watching. So this morning, I said we'd keep it on watch. I wasn't really sure. The bell rang, and we had a high there of $5. And in the first 1 minute candle, that's a 5 minute chart. So in the first 1 minute candle, I was watching and I said, it looks kind of interesting here for a little scalp at like 475 for a little scalp up to $5. And I was sort of hesitated on it, and I didn't take the trade. It tapped 506 and then it pulled back, and I thought, well, I guess I probably could have taken that with 3, 4, maybe 5,000 shares and made some money on it, but I hesitated and the spreads were kind of big. So I gave it a second. So that was in the first 1 minute. And then in the second minute here, it squeezed up, and as it started to get buyers at $4.95, $4.98, $5, that's where I said, okay, I'm jumping in. I tried to buy 7,500 shares at $5. I only filled 3,549. So I only filled half of my order. I then saw clearly that it was squeezing up, so I added 2,500 shares at $5.25, which gave me a $5.10 average. I then tried to add again at $5.64, and I ended up filling at $5.61. Oh no, sorry. I tried to sell, and then I changed my mind. I was like, no, forget that. I'm holding and I'm adding, because this thing is actually showing some really serious strength. So I canceled the order, and then I added here at $5.61. It squeezed up to a high of $5.85, and I tried to add at $5.88, thinking that it was going to squeeze into a circuit breaker halt. And what happens when stocks squeeze going up? They almost always open higher. So, and that's exactly what happened. It was halted here at a high of $5.85, and now I'm holding 8,500 shares with a cost basis of $5.25. So I'm already up significantly, a couple $1,000 at least, and I'm thinking, all right, this looks great, and I'm going to see where it resumes. It resumes, and it squeezes up and hits a high of 744. Now, it was halted from 9:32 until 9:47. So it's like a 20-minute long halt, which 25 minutes, which is much longer than we're accustomed to. And so I was a little bit nervous on that. The last time that a stock was halted that long, it ended up opening a lot higher and being a really big winner. So I was like, I'm nervous only in the sense that I have to just keep staring at the level 2 until it resumes, because it could resume at any moment. And I don't want to be looking away, or getting a drink or whatever, and then come back and it resumed and then dropped. And now I'm stuck again in a halt. So I just had to basically sit and stare at the computer. It finally resumes, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the right thing and try to sell. I tried to sell half at 7:10 on resumption right here, and it didn't get filled. So when I didn't get filled half of it by selling on the ask, I was like, okay, I got to switch gears. I got to reduce my risk, and I'm just going to sell half on the bid. So I sold half on the bid here at 668, which is like 50 cents lower. So that cost me $2,000 by just selling it on the bid. However, if this had dropped to 650 and 640, it would have gotten halted going back down. And I don't want to hold my full position getting halted going back down. I did that yesterday and I lost money, remember? So today I was like, no, I'm going to sell half. I'm not going to get stuck in a halt going down. So I sell half at 68. I then sell another quarter or a little bit more at 680. And I must have just canceled that order. It then pops up to 740. I tried to sell more. I don't get filled. I sell a little bit at 733 and 681. And then at that point, I started thinking, you know what? And let's just look at this on a 15-second chart. Again, I don't use 15-second charts when I'm trading. I just use them in hindsight when I'm showing you guys kind of what I'm seeing inside a 1-minute candle. So it drops here, and it was kind of, flirting with this 650 spot, which is what made me a little nervous. And then I said, okay, if it gets over 744, I might go back in there for a squeeze back over the high. And this is the same setup that I was waiting for on PRPO yesterday, except that in this red candle, it dropped enough that it got halted going down. And this was close, because from 740 to 650 is a substantial drop. That's more than 10%. It was really close there, but it didn't get halted because it didn't stay that low. It bounced right back up, and that's when I decided to add at 745. So I added at 745, which, yeah, in hindsight, geez, Ross, you should have just held the whole thing. But again, what if it had dropped here to 640 and then resumed at 560, right? Because when they halt going down, they resume lower. I would have given back all that profit. So I did the right thing and sold half and scaled out. And then I added back at 745. It's then halted. It squeezes to a high of 751, is halted, and it resumes up here and taps 845. I put an order out to sell half at 884, just thinking kind of optimistic, hey, maybe it'll resume and just pick up that order. It didn't. It only got up to 845, and then it rolled over. So I sold at 801 and ended up selling the rest at 764 as it dropped here. Again, I was afraid it was going to get halted going back down. It did do a little 1 minute micro pullback here again, and it tapped up to a high of 877, but then it did end up dropping and not being able to hold those levels, which is not surprising because this stock did not have news. But at the same time, these stocks can be exponentially strong, and these can simply be technical breakouts. So a technical breakout is really just a strong daily chart that starts to open up. Traders jump on it. They want to get a piece of the action. Next thing you know, it's up 20, 30%. More traders jump on. It's up 40, 50%. Does it have news? No. Is it logical? No. But next thing you know, it's up 200% on the day. And we've seen this again and again. So yes, a lot of times these stocks will retrace a good portion of their move, if not the whole thing. However, there are instances like RKDA where they continue higher. They go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, 60, 70, and they just keep going higher. So you just never know. And that's why I try to tell people, trade the chart. If the chart looks strong, if it's bullish, if you're seeing lots of buying on the time and sales and on the level 2, then, you're going to have a long bias on it. And if that changes for whatever reason, then you sell. And you can always get back in. Yeah, a lot of times we are buying high and selling higher, but it works. And my $150,000 so far this year is proof of that. My $380,000 last year is proof of that. The $220,000 the year before is proof of that. This works. Over the long haul, this is a working strategy. It's a viable strategy. So anyways, that's it for me today. 2 trades and $14,826.38 of profit. So this month is really shaping up. Yes, last month was a little tricky for me, and I didn't have any big wins like this, and so I ended up, losing some money last month, being down 10 grand, but $117,000 profit in January, 10,000 loss in February, and now I'm up 44,000 here in March, and we've still got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days left, 7 trading days left in the month. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.